So for now, I'd like to speak about the Coldplay kiss cam incident. Now, unless you've been living under a rock or something, you've probably already seen it because it's already gone very viral. But for those that haven't seen it, the footage shows Andy Byron and Christine Cabot, and Andy Byron's got his arms all over her, and the kiss cam goes onto them, and both of them desperately try to scramble out of the way to hide the faces, which only raises suspicions. If they would have stood there still and smiled and waved or something, none of this would have probably happened, and the clip wouldn't have went viral, and nobody would have ever taken any notice, most likely. But I'm glad they didn't do that, because I really do like it when this kind of thing happens, because when this kind of thing happens, it gives me the opportunity to show people how morally superior people like me, and when I say people like me, I mean woke and progressive people, actually are. You know, because you would never catch me behaving like this. Never in a million years. I know Andrew Tate's a toxic male at the end of the day, so it doesn't really matter what he says. But he says that all men should cheat. Now, to me, why should all men cheat? I mean, that is a terrible attitude to have. And if you'd have watched my video about toxic femininity, you'd know that 49% of women, when surveyed, actually admitted to cheating on the spouse, even when in a serious relationship. But, you know, I know you've got people out there saying things like, you know, we don't know or understand Andy Byron's private life or his relationship with his wife. For all we know, his wife might have been cheating on him. It's just that she hasn't been caught. But all that is totally irrelevant to me, because like I say, I like to take these opportunities to advertise or to show people how good my morals really are. Like I say, you'd never see me doing anything like this. You'd never see me cheating on my wife. Now, I know Keir Starmer has been accused online of cheating on his wife, but that's a little bit different, because Keir Starmer has been cheating on his wife with somebody who's the same gender as him. So actually, Keir Starmer, when he cheats on his wife, Keir Starmer is actually stunning and brave for doing it. Whereas Andy Byron is just an absolute scumbag when he does it, because he's cheating on his wife with somebody that is actually the same gender of his wife. Do you know what I mean? And since this has happened, actually, Pornhub have reported that office affair videos on their porn service have actually been, there's been an increase in viewership of them. So, you know, you could argue that the whole of society is just absolutely insane. But like I say, I would never behave in this fashion. I believe, you know, that we should always be there for our wives, and it doesn't matter about the circumstances really, and we do have the right to judge at the end of the day. Like I say, if Andy Byron would have run off with another man, then that would have been stunning, and that would have been really brave, because if he'd have run off with another man, then obviously that would have meant that he's been living a lie his whole life, and now he's trying to get out of that lie. But the fact that he's gone off with another woman, I mean, that is just absolutely shocking and terrible behaviour from him, to be honest. And like I say, you know, I love it when this happens, because I can show everybody how superior my morals are, because, you know, by me being outraged by this, that obviously must mean that I've got a higher standard of morals than the average person in society. Now, obviously, there's Andy Byron has had his life totally destroyed by this, near enough. You know, he's been publicly humiliated. He's lost a lot of his wealth. He's lost his job, and he's probably, you know, disappointed his children and everything like that. So the consequences to his actions are actually creeping up on him now. But that's all his own fault at the end of the day, because he shouldn't behave like this. It's terrible behaviour, and like I say,